Hi guys, Chef Wukan here today. How are you? Today is the second edition of simple, easy, quick recipes, taking no more than 10 minutes. Today we're going to make beef pho, or correctly spoken, beef pho. That's a beef noodle soup, very popular in Vietnam, and it's been very popular in the States. Basically, traditionally, making the beef broth is an art. Basically, they would take all kinds of beef bones and simmer it for a couple of hours, and then they'll just get it to the right perfection, and then that's their beef pho. Who has time for that? Today, we're going to use instant pho mix. You can buy this at your local Asian market. It's already mixed together. All you add is a teaspoon or two, depending on how spicy or how potent you want it to be. And that's your beef soup. So that's quick and easy. The second item, as you probably know, if you had it, was Thai bay leaves. These aren't just regular basil leaves. These are Thai basil leaves. These are more aromatic, and it's served, as you can see, on the stem. And that's what you usually get in the restaurant. And, of course, we have fresh bean sprouts. Now look how beautiful it is. It's really nice and white, crispy. There's no tinge of watery flavor looking. It's very crisp and fresh, all right? Got this yesterday. The beef. Now, I purchased this at the Asian market, and basically the beef is very thinly sliced with a lot of fat in it. Now, you may wonder why I have a lot of fat. I feel that fat adds flavor. It makes the meat moister, and it just adds a different dimension. You could use brisket if you want. Obviously, you can get a ribeye and cut it really thin, right? But it's already pre-cut for you in the Asian markets, and it's really labeled in the hot pot section, all right? And then finally, we have rice noodles. These are rice noodles, right? You don't want egg noodles. Rice noodles, they come in different textures, different widths. I chose the thin whisk, like sort of like a noodle base. And basically you soak it in water, right? It becomes soft. And then you basically boil it for a couple of minutes. You want it to be the texture of al dente. Al dente is, it's not overcooked and it's not undercooked. It's just right? You want it to be a little chewy texture to it. And then basically you add it all together, and that's your pho. All right, so we're going to show you how we do it, how I do it, and basically we're going to cook the noodles. Now obviously I use a butane stove. And I'll be cooking it for a few minutes as I tell you a little bit about, why soup during the hot weather. Well, you'll be surprised that having hot soup in the hot weather makes you feel a little cooler afterwards. And so everybody in Vietnam does it, and pretty much everybody in Southeast Asia has hot soup, even though it's in the tropics. So it's not unusual for them to have it, and it's cheap, and it's very basic, all right? So basically, let me show you exactly the procedure. It's just putting the things together. The preparation is very easy. Just have it all out for you, and just combine it 1, 2, 3, and you got beef pho, all right? And basically, this is wonderful. You can get a little spicy if you like. They have different types. They know it's so popular in the States that they've made tons of pho mix for the beef broth, okay? So you can choose whatever you like, but you have to make it to an Asian market. In Maryland, we have the Great Wall Supermarket. That's a very nice place that has a lot of Asian items that you can pick up. But I'm sure in New York, Philadelphia, there's always little areas for Asian markets to pop up. Even in Tampa, Florida, They have a huge place. My buddy's down in Tampa. So, I mean, if you look and you find it, it's going to be there because the demand is always there. Asians always like to have soup. Okay? So let me switch off and let me show you. Hey guys, here we go. The noodles is, rice noodles is being cooked. Basically you want it al dente. You can take one out. This is after around 5 minutes. The thinner the vermicelli is, the rice vermicelli, the quicker it cooks. The thicker, it may take a little time. It's perfect. You don't want it to be overcooked. Take it out. Have a colander plus the bottom. Take it out. We'll run it through cold water to cool it down. You run it through cold water because you want to stop the cooking process. If you didn't run it down cold water, it's going to overcook by itself just by the mere heat. Okay? So basically, that's not what you want to do. Now, we'll make the pho soup, okay? The beef soup. Now, Vietnamese beef flavored paste. This is what you want. Obviously, each company has their own version, so it's trial and error. But this one I taste, my family loves it. Now, you can put 1 teaspoon in, taste it, but you should really do it in proportion to the amount of water that you use, okay? If you got a big family and you got a lot of water, you might have to add 2 or 3, or 3 or 4 teaspoons. But this is only for 2 people, so basically we like a little strong, so we'll probably add on 2. Then, just to add a little more zing to it, we'll add some famous fish sauce. This brand is what I like to use, okay? This is from Vietnam. So you can add the salt base fish sauce, then you just basically taste it a little bit and see how you feel about it. You know, it's all based on how you like it, all right? So as we're waiting for the water to be cooked, getting to boil, I basically just want to smell so delicious. Okay, so we're going to add basically, I'd say 1, 2 teaspoons. Swish it up. We can always add more. And we're going to wait until this thing boils. You want it to be boiling hot because when you pour it over the beef, you want it to cook the beef a little bit. And that's where you would get the medium rare to rare. It really depends on what you like. But if you kept it warm, it's not going to cook the meat as fast. And maybe people like to have it well done. Or you can stick the meat in the broth itself, let it absorb some of the flavor. And here's our dish. It's a soup dish. We got this in Malaysia. So what we're going to do is add the noodles to the bottom, right? Add the soup. Then we'll add the beef, or we'll add the beef to the broth and then put it in the soup. Depends on how you want it. If you want it well done for ribeye, sliced ribeye really thin, it's really good, it's really tender. And that's it. That's all we have to do. So, it's getting there. I'll add a little fish sauce. could obviously add a little bit more. And then the bean sprout and the Thai basil we can put on top of the bowl to top it off. Or if you want it on the side, you can. And obviously we have the Sriracha sauce and the hoisin sauce. Two favorite sauces that are used for pho. Water's boiling. We want it to get really hot. Now this is all being done within 10 minutes. So you don't have to slave over the stove, not this summer. There's too much to do right now with the weather being really nice. The last thing you want to do is spend time working on a recipe. So the food business has helped you out by making all the stuff for you. So all you have to do is just add a teaspoon of this, add a teaspoon of that, and it's just as good. Okay? Okay, so we have the broths cooking. We'll add some meat to it for those that like a little well done. We grabbed a handful of the rice noodles. Right? We'll add it on top. Now sometimes people like their bean sprouts to be cooked. Traditionally they don't. They usually have it on the side. They add it after the fact. So what we're going to do is add the broth. Right? Then we'll add a piece of Thai basil. And then we'll add some bean sprout. And here's your famous beef pho. Simple, easy. Taste a little bit. Perfect. Add some hoisin. And we'll add a little hot sauce. And we'll combine it together. Perfect meal. Simple. In 10 minutes. Easy. Don't worry about the bones. Don't worry about all the preparation. Open a can. Open a bottle of this. Buy basil. If you don't have Thai basil or Asian market, buy some fresh bean sprout. The beef depends if you want brisket or you want to slice it really thin. If you do want to slice it really thin, just freeze it briefly. Then you'll be able to have uniform cuts. Right? And that's it. Less than 10 minutes. So I want to thank you for this second edition of Chef Wu Can's simple, easy, and quick meals within 10 minutes. Okay? And next one will be Mexican corn. I know you guys love corn on the cob with butter, on the grill, boiled, whatever. But this Mexican corn, I gotta tell you, it's delicious. Alright, so thank you very much. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And basically, if you're looking for a Mother's Day gift, I would want to recommend my site on Etsy, chefwucancollection.etsy.com. I have a whole bunch of things there that you may want to consider for your mom for Mother's Day. All right? So thank you very much, and appreciate it. Come back soon. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.